And I was like, why are people like not vibing on Blur? Like the crowd just wasn't feeling it. And, you know, he was just like, we're never coming back here. And just like all kinds of stuff. Like he was really noticeably upset. Damon was. I'm sure you saw everything about Grimes with her DJ problems all over the internet.
This is very hard to explain because it's a complex technology.
Did anybody watch Coachella over the weekend? They ran Coachella on YouTube. And, you know, it just made me think that, you know, people are, there's no way I'm going to Coachella. It's kind of crazy they do this because there's no way I'm going to go sit 3 days in Coachella anymore, but I will totally sit there and watch it. They're also going to be running it again this weekend for weekend 2, which is pretty exciting. I just wanted to say, you know, talk about just some of the artists real fast that I kind of liked on it and to maybe encourage you guys to watch it next weekend. You can catch some of the stuff if you missed it. So like, obviously my favorite performance of the weekend was Tyler, the Creator. He was fantastic. The show was just incredible. Like that guy right now is like, he's like top tier as a performer, as a vibe is just like he's like top guy right now.
Yeah.
And he brought out Donald Glover or Childish Gambino and them, both of them on the stage just doing their thing, like two masters at work. Because I mean Childish Gambino is another top tier performer. He brought out Uncle Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band, which is one of my favorite bands of all time, and they did this Earthquake outstanding mashup that was super cool. I love Charlie Wilson. He also brought out A$AP Rocky, which was super dope. But the stage show, like he goes all in, and I love seeing artists. Like I get excited for artists when they put on a show like that because nobody, you know, no one's really put in the huge productions and stuff like that he brings on tour, and I just thought it was really cool. Deftones were super awesome as per usual.
We saw Deftones at Sick New World Festival as well.
Absolutely. It was they're just so good. Justice was really good for, you know, all you electronica kids. They were phenomenal. Orbital was a super standout for me. They're one of my favorite like electronic groups of all time. Orbital and like Underworld and all those 90s, 2000s kind of stuff. Incredible set by Orbital, so I highly recommend him if you have a chance to see him. I saw No Doubt. I thought that it was really cool seeing them up there. There was some sound things that I kind of had some problem, you know, whatever, but it was great to see them there and that energy. Always love No Doubt. They have
always good energy.
Hit factory, absolute hit factory. Yeah. Lana Del Rey, I thought that her performance was super dope. She was also having some mic and some other kind of issues that were going on there. But the performance was great. She had this really cool entrance where she came in and left on motorcycles. She brought Billie Eilish, and they did Ocean Eyes and video games together, which I thought was really good. That was like a super highlight. Not just because of Billie Eilish, but I mean, it was just really cool. It was a really cool moment. And she also covered Sublime's Doing Time, and Sublime was there too at the performance with their but now, you know, Bradley died. They had Rome that was filling in as singer for many years for Sublime, and now they have Brad's son Jacob was singing the parts, and I thought he did pretty good, and even shouted out, made a joke about Lana Del Rey coming out when Sublime was doing Time, and you know, it was I thought it was pretty funny. Sabrina Carpenter was cool. The Sublime set was cool. Tinashe was really good. I thought I found this new band that I had never heard. I mean, they have millions of followers, but I hadn't heard them. I'm not going to pronounce this right, but La Peratrice. They're French. They are like this electro funk group that was just super, 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 super dope. Follow them. I don't understand a lot of the words that they're saying, but the vibe is incredible. It's like it has almost a Daft Punk vibe. This band that they're all playing with like just super talented musicians, and it's like this funk throwbacky kind of vibe. It's super cool. Highly recommend that. So like, yeah, they're broadcasting coming up on this week again. They'll be doing all 3 days, and you can check it out. And I'll see some of the other people I didn't see, like Doja Cat. I didn't see some of these other artists, but I love it. I love the Coachella YouTube experience and seeing just all these bands and being exposed to new things. But yeah, I'm into it. I'm all. Grimes obviously had a big thing. I'm sure you saw everything about Grimes with her DJ problems all over the internet.
This is very hard to explain because it's a complex technology, but all my tracks are twice as fast, so I'm not mixing very well, but I'm gonna keep trying.
Oh, and I didn't mention Blur, which is an incredible band. I love Blur. This was a controversy. So Blur was just having a really hard time with people, the crowd singing along. And I was like, why are people like not vibing on Blur? Like Blur is incredible. They're an incredible band. Like the singer from Blur is also the Gorillaz, but they came as Blur. And during the song Girls and Boys, which is just like an anthem, the crowd just wasn't feeling it. And, he was just like, we're never coming back here. And just like all kinds of stuff. Like he was really noticeably upset. Damon was. And it was just crazy. And later on through social media, I saw that, apparently there was some beef with Nardwuar that he had. And, the Coachella kids are all like Nardwuar kids. And so like, they were just kind of retaliating against Blur because of, he wasn't feeling Nardwuar. So I don't know if that's true. If you know anything about it, drop it in the comments and stuff, but all cool stuff. I have fun with that stuff. I like watching live performances from home. Amazon does them all the time. And, I think it's cool. I like being at home and enjoying my drinks and stuff.
Things have changed for sure.